All right. Hi, guys at home. Good morning. This is Tuesday morning. It's Spirit Week, so I have my hat on for Hat Day. And to tell you the truth, you can see some math behind me. So I realized kids are about to come strolling in my classroom. And I realized that maybe I'd like to give you guys just a couple-minute video on some of the math that goes along with the cell Gizmo today. It's not hard math, but it's a little tricky, if that makes sense. So you're really just adding and dividing, but I wanted to give you some guidance. So eventually in the Gizmo today, you will get to activity B, which is looking at the duration of the phases and ultimately like about how long each phase of the cycle lasts. So what you'll see for step 1 in this phase, and definitely, read through the procedures because it tells you exactly what to do. But just as a reminder for the math, you're going to go through, collect the data, and all of these numbers in this big data table will be given to you, except the averages. So let's imagine for interphase, for interphase, you get, I'm going to go with my numbers because I just made them up and did the math. So let's say for trial 1, you get 80 cells in interphase, and then 82, and then 87, and then 81. And again, all these numbers you'll actually get from your Gizmo. The one thing you will have to calculate is the average. So just as a reminder, to find the average, you're going to add up these 4 numbers and divide by 4. And I got 82.5. And that's it. What you guys will notice, and I can't remember if it makes it obvious in the reading, but notice that there's 100 cells total, which is convenient because that means that for trial 1 of the 100 cells total, if you look at this data table, 80% were in interphase. So most of them were in interphase, for example. So you'll go through, do that for all of the phases, just quickly calculate the average. So you'll add up the 4 numbers from the 4 trials and divide by 4. So let's remember that my average here was 82.5 for interphase. If we hop down to the calculate section, there's one more calculation you have to do. And if you read here, it does kind of walk you through it. So basically it says you can use your data to estimate the duration of each phase of the cell cycle. For example, if 8% of the cells were in prophase and the cell cycle is 10 hours long, then prophase would last 8% of 10 hours, or 0.8 hours. And I'm happy with the hours. So what we're going to do, let's do my numbers for interphase. So I started with, first of all, notice that in the example up here, it says if 8%. So it has it as 8%. And so we really just want, we're going to start with it as a percentage. So I'm going to put my 82.5 into a percent, which is going to be 0.825. And then I'm going to multiply it by 10. Whoops, sorry, I don't do math very often. And then that's going to be 8.25. Let me check my math on the board. 0.825 times 10 is 8.25 hours. And so that will be the total length. Again, if the whole cell cycle is 10 hours, they're saying just for this example, then this is saying that a bulk of it is going to be spent in interphase, right? So about a little over 8 hours of the 10, which makes sense, right? So we've learned a lot about how most cells spend most of their time in interphase. Okay, guys, that's it. I hope this helps. Email me if you guys have any other questions.